Got this box here. Got this so-called beautiful bike came in. Let's go take a look at that bike, shall we? I'm going to show you the couple of things that I've already noticed. So, being fulfilled through Amazon Cycle for Less, huh? So, let's see what this is. Let's see, this is a model 743 centimeter black, an R2, huh? Let's see what the R2 actually is. Well, here's the R2. It comes nice in the box. I've already kind of put the thing in there so I can get it in the stand. And of course, packaging is, it's all right. And I came over here and I look at these shifters and go, oh God. Horrible shifters. I'll show you when they're all set up. And I don't know if you can notice from the back. Let's show you what this rear derailleur looks like back here. Let me see if I can show you from a better angle up here on top. You see, it's actually bent and it's pointing towards the wheel. Great, that's quality at its finest. Quality. Let's get this bad boy torn apart and let's see what happens, huh? Look how much space there is between those two there. So hang on, if I push this down, hang on. Push that all the way down. So the stem is all the way down as far as I can push it. I'm holding this all the way up in there. And look how much room there still is. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to change that around. Let's see what happens. So much better. It is pretty close. There's sometimes a little lip on the bottom of the cap here. I'll show you the little cap. There's a little bit of a lip. And sometimes that lip recesses down far enough where it hits the edge of that fork there. Push that on. Let's see if this thing bottoms out on here. A little better angle. There we go, a little shimmy shimmy. So let's make this a little faster. Get a Y, Allen. Spinning around, baby. I'm going to try to hold this stem here with my chest while I'm holding the fork while I tighten it down just a little bit. Look at that. Perfect. Remove the spacer. Unnecessary. I mean, it does bring it up, but the problem being is that the top bolt here and where the top of the steerer tube is inside of there, if I put that on there, that puts that top of that steerer tube just underneath where the top of that, or where the middle of that bolt is, just underneath it. I really don't like that just because it kind of ovalize the top of the steerer tube, and you don't want to ovalize it because then you can't get the stem off and on. If you wanted to do something a little bit different, yeah, maybe get a longer fork, or shave a little bit more off, get a different stem that goes that way, you know. Get a different stem or different bar. It goes out more. You can do something better that's safer. But trying to do all this, I don't know, it wasn't grabbing enough. I don't think it's safe enough. Oh well, what do I know? I got the handlebars kind of taken off of here. Look at these things, man. Portable shifters, and they're all loose and stuff. And, you know, it's marring up this black anodized aluminum with these steel straps here. And I mean, come on guys, it's a no-brainer. Just don't use these things. They suck so bad. Anyway, I'm gonna try to attach this onto here. See what happens. Now, at least this one has a little center mark in the middle of the handlebars. You guys probably can't see it, but it's actually got a little target thing right in the middle there. And it shows you where the middle of that's going to be. And kind of line that up a little bit, get it a little bit snug where I can still rock it up and down like this. And snug her up just enough where it'll hold itself. Now I'm going to move it till the numbers on both sides become equal. Now I could see my lineup numbers on both sides about equally. And I'd like to point this part of the drop handlebar, these French style handlebars, and packaging off here. Drop style handlebars, these guys I knew back in the day, they used to always point this towards the rear axle. That sometimes makes this too steep down, need a little bit flatter. So I like to basically kind of point this as if I was going to take a laser line or plumb line and point this, and it just would clear the top of the rear axle. Just kind of lining it up a little bit. But that's just me. Now, when you get on the bike, that's what will actually tell you what the difference is going to be if you've got the right angle or not. Every handlebar manufacturer is different, so the angles aren't going to be the same. So that's just a general rule of thumb, because when it's in the stand, it's not level, it's not on the ground, you're not sitting on it. So you got to start off with a good standpoint somewhere. So that's where I'll start off right there. Kind of just snug these down. I don't want to get them too tight, just enough so when I get on the bike they won't slide on me. But double check it once you've leveled them off, after you've had it on the ground, you've sat on the bike. Don't try to make all these fine adjustments on the handlebars without sitting on the bike first. And when the customer comes in and picks up the bike, if he's a different size than you, you're definitely going to have to readjust those handlebars to accommodate for his body shape and his ergonomics. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the chain line on this thing, dude, look how much room there is in between the frame and the sprocket there. Way too much room. Means that that's way far away, and if we can see here without me shaking too much camera, see, it's even binding the chain doesn't even want to come onto the big ring. Of course, the front derailleur really doesn't want to pull it up on there. But even when I get the derailleur where it's not rubbing against the chain, when you pedal forward, it wants to pull the chain right off into the middle gear in the high speed. High speed front, high speed rear, no bueno. Let me show a view from the back when I put in low, low. All right, show you low, low. I don't know if you can see it. I'm looking straight up the wheel of the bicycle here. And if you look at that chain, you can see it's holding on to the chain ring, and all of a sudden it makes that quick little right there. And it goes all the way over to the front, and it goes straight again. That's small, small. That's in the front. Smaller in the front. Not lying to you. And that's the biggest one in the back. That's what I call low, low. Imagine if you're trying to pull this up a hill. That's your low gear for climbing as hard as you can. You know how much wear and tear you're going to do on that chain and on those gears right there. But then again, Amazon buy. You buy it super cheap, you get it super cheap. Now I'm going to go over this again like I go over with everybody all the time. When you get these cheap bikes from manufacturers that have freewheels on here, and of course I take it off in the vise, absolutely no grease on those threads. And absolutely no grease on those threads. So, okay, we got a steel product here. We have a steel product there. You add water and oxidization, what happens? It rusts on like crazy. You're always supposed to put grease on the threads before you put these on contact. Oh well, let's get this freewheel on here and get the rest going. Oh, so much better. Vilano, brand new wheel. Straight out of the box. Wow. Fuck, dude. I don't know. Maybe less. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna have to tension all these spokes. I dare you. Turn it.
I'm trying to
turn it. Turn it.
Cup wrenches, sir.
No.
No, it's not gonna happen. Not
Brand new
today.
out of the box.
Sorry. It's got reflectors.
Yeah, I know. Stating the facts here. I don't know if you can see this on the camera very well. But this thing was crimped all the way up inside the brake lever. right there. So this was inside there, and dude, damn mail order bikes, dude. The bike keeps moving. I'm trying to push on the screw enough so I can get it filmed here. But it shows that this thing is so bent. It's crazy. It's just too bent. It won't screw in. More BS I keep finding. More BS I keep finding. That's not the bolt. That's the rivet in the frame spinning. See this one? Nice and tight, not spinning. See this one? Very, very, very bad. It's riveting the aluminum frames, but oh well. It's going to be stuck with this Vilano with a vibrating sound the whole entire time. Hope he likes it.